Deep inside the jungle, an incredible outdoor cooking experience is taking place. There is no modern kitchen, no electric stove, and no